Thrive AZ came about back in 2016. I was coming alongside of a young woman who was in a crisis pregnancy center. She was in a treatment program, but she also had an open DCS case. So she had several children already in the foster care system, and she was getting ready to have another child.
Terry realized how difficult it was for a mom, a single mom, that was trying to get their life together and fight and do all the things that the Department of Child Safety was requiring her to do to be able to get her kids. She realized that there weren't any resources for that mom, no one to come alongside and support her and give her the things that she needed, the encouragement that she needed.
I realized that there was a lack of services for the biological families. I told my husband, I said, get us a truck. I'll just have it go out and pick up people's things and we'll just give it away. We had a gentleman, he was at the last days of his life and he decided he wanted to leave a legacy.
He gave us the first $75,000 that we needed to be able to buy a truck.
It started with basically 2 employees, volunteering, and 1 truck. We had nowhere to store the furniture. We had no contact. So we literally took it one day at a time.
We were storing stuff in our garage. Eventually we got bigger and we rented a metal storage unit that was about 200 degrees in the summertime. We just started with what we had in our hands. Our first donation, we got 10 mattresses. We thought that we were in heaven, like that was the most amazing thing ever, and it was just amazing how it started to grow.
We are primarily church partners and families and individuals that believe in what we're doing and believed in our vision.
We realized that as we started to grow, as we started to impact more families, that more and more people wanted to come alongside of us.
Most of our families in the very beginning were reunification families. These are families that had had their children removed from them for a period of time from the Department of Child Safety due to either not being able to provide the basic needs or something else going on in the family that there was a safety issue. And we came alongside of one young lady. She was pregnant at the time and had 2 other children in the foster care system. And when we met up with her, she was in a really tough place. She was coming out of domestic violence situation. And I remember the day that our truck showed up, I actually got to go with Fernando and we were bringing in beds and bringing in a sofa. Then later that day I got a phone call and the caseworker came in and she was so proud of this client because she got the resources needed to bring those kids home.
You know, I remember having conversations with Terry where she'd be like, you know, I don't know if I want to take the lid off of this thing because I know that the need is so great out there and there's nobody that's meeting the need. I don't know if we could keep up. The growth just started happening. I mean, we went from, you know, hoping to give away 50 beds in a year to, you know, starting to give away 25 to 50 beds a month. And then all of a sudden we're giving 75 beds a month.
In 2016, there were 19,000 kids in foster care. We started receiving calls of young people, 18 years old, that were now homeless due to aging out of the foster care system. So we had this prevent it, and then, wow, the children have been removed, let's reunify. But what happens when there's a reunification that can't happen and these kids actually step out into adulthood because they can't go back to their families? And we said, we have to do something.
C3 wanted to serve aged out foster youth. They started to reach out to different organizations in the Valley that do that. And it just so happened that we had a personal connection. My son's mother-in-law knew Fred out here at C3, and so she connected us. We came out and took a tour with them. They learned more about us and kind of what our vision was, and it just felt like a natural partnership.
Being here on this property, it has been kind of an answer to prayer because it was a property that allowed us not only to have our offices and resources here for our prevention reunification, but we have now aged out that live here, a 9-unit, 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. And then we also have dorm style rooms for our young men. And then our newest addition, which is the Hope House for maternity.
The role that volunteers have played here is immeasurable, especially as we've taken on more aged out young adults. there's more things that we need. We need transportation, we need, counseling, we need coaching. It's really cool to see how that has grown organically, where we've started to just bring people in and allow them to develop relationships. The young adults, when they come to us, there's a barrier there. They don't trust anybody because they've been hurt by so many adults. I guess the thing that I want people to understand is that we all deserve a second chance. We all deserve support and love. And that's what Thrive is about, is we're trying to come alongside these families and provide that support. We will continue to walk down the path as long as God opens the doors.
He put the calling on our lives to do it. I firmly believe that every staff member that's here at Thrive was called by God. This is all His. Everything that comes in the warehouse, every family that comes to us, I believe that God puts on our heart. Every young adult that comes here to live, I believe that He's pursuing them. And it is to make Him famous and to show people love in hard places.
We always put God in a box. Like, we just think that this is what He's going to do for us. And the thing that I think that I've learned is to not put any parameters on God, not to have any expectations, but just to be obedient and let Him do what He's going to do. I mean, could I see us housing 100 young adults out on this property at some point? I could. Could I see us helping not just hundreds of families, but thousands of families? I could, because the need is there. But it's really about what He wants to do, what He wants us to do.
My hope for the future of Thrive is that we continue on this journey, and we continue every day, just like we started, one family, one story, one person at a time. I would love to see Thrive run by young adults who come through our program, who have experienced the foster care system, who know it better than any of us. The future of Thrive is continuing to provide hope to those who may be hopeless, to those in hard places. At Thrive, we say a family that has hope will thrive. And so that's our goal, is to continue to offer that in Arizona.